Assalamualaikum students. Now before starting with the next exercise or the last exercise of first chapter, that is 1.3, first of all we'll see what is the method we'll use in that exercise. Okay, in that practice set we can say. Now conditional statement, already I have explained you what is called conditional statement. If any two statements are combined with word if and then this full statement is called the conditional statement. Okay, now the first question of practice set 1.3 is based on converting the statement in conditional statement only. That method how to convert, that we'll see when we will solve the practice set. Now I will explain you how we can use that method. What is the method to convert the given statement in the conditional statement? First of all, if in the statement it is talk about any of the geometrical figure, if the given statement is about any of the geometrical figure, then how we have to start the statement. For example, if we have any of a quadrilateral, or we can say if I am having any 4 point here, for example A, B, C and D. By joining all these 4 points A, B, C, D, if I have joined all these 4 points A, B, C and D, we have got here one of the geometrical figure. Okay, so any of the geometrical figure which is made by the 4 point or 4 side, if you will see here one side, this is the another side, this is third side, that is side CD, and the last, that is this one DA. So here like that 4 sides are there in this figure. So this is the figure of 4 point and 4 side. So any of the geometrical figure which is made by 4 points, now listen carefully, any of the geometrical figure made by 4 point of 4 side, this type of figure is called as quadrilateral. Now in previous classes also you have learned about this quadrilateral. Many figures are there, but many figures are there which are having 4 points and 4 sides, but initially it is known as quadrilateral. And now we can say the another type of quadrilateral. You know, most of the figure is having 4 point and 4 side. For example, I am taking, this is one of the example, that is A, B, C, D. It looks like a square. Yes, so it is a square. Again I will take the another one. Now I am taking the another figure here. This is the figure I am taking here. Again I am taking here 4 point P, Q, R, S. So what is this type of figure called? Yes, it is called rectangle. So many figures are there. If I will take the next one, this is nothing but rhombus. Next I can take the another figure like this. So it is nothing but kite. If I can take, this is the figure, again this figure is also containing 4 side and 4 point. We can give the name also. So I will give the name A, B, C and D. If you want, you can write here also name P, Q, R, S. This is also D, E, F and G. So like that we can give the name. So this is nothing but trapezium. So I have taken here the some figure which are having 4 points and 4 sides, and all these figures are familiar to you. Okay, in any of the previous classes you have learned about this figure. So all are having 4 points and 4 sides. That means all these are nothing but type of quadrilateral, because the quadrilateral having the definition that a geometrical figure which is having 4 point or 4 side is called the quadrilateral, and these are nothing but types of quadrilateral. So whenever the statement is given about any of this figure, then we will take the quadrilateral word for this figure, because all these figures are types of quadrilateral. So you have to remember, whenever the statement will be about square, rectangle, trapezium, rhombus, anyone, so it will be nothing but quadrilateral. So we have to use the word quadrilateral. But if it talk about any of the triangle, so triangle is only a triangle. If the 3 sides are there, so it is a triangle. But it can be given the types of triangle. So you know that types of triangles are many. Here isosceles triangle, right angle triangle, active angle triangle. So like that many of the types of triangles are there. But if it is talks about triangle, so you have to take the word triangle only. Only you have to remember this. If the statement is given about any of these figures, so we have to take for in the place of this figure we will use the word quadrilateral, because all these figures are nothing but types of quadrilateral. Now we'll see one more type of quadrilateral. If any 4 points will be there, for example I am taking here 4 points P, Q, R and S. So P, Q, R, S. I am taking its opposite side like it is parallel to each other. So I am taking PQ is parallel to RS, and here PS is parallel to QR. So whenever the opposite side of this quadrilateral are parallel to each other, this type of quadrilateral is called as parallelogram. Now you will see all the properties of parallelogram in chapter number 5. One of the chapter is based on this parallelogram. So till now only you have to remember the name of this quadrilateral, that is, if the opposite side of quadrilateral are parallel to each other, it is called parallelogram. So parallelogram is also the type of quadrilateral. So if the statement will be related to parallelogram, we have to use the word quadrilateral only. Now we will start the practice set 1.3. The question number 1 is write the following statement. Following means here the 3 sub questions are there for question number 1. So all this statement we have to write in the form of if dash then. If and then is nothing but conditional form. That means we have to write all these 3 statement in conditional form. So now we'll see the first of it, the opposite angle of a parallelogram. Here the word parallelogram is very important, are congruent. So this statement is talking about the parallelogram. So now we'll see how to solve it, how to convert the given statements. I have taken here the first question of this 1.3. So what is the first question here? The opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. Okay. Now first of all we have to see this question or the statement is about which figure. So here it is given about the figure parallelogram. Okay, and I have explained you now only that the parallelogram is nothing but quadrilateral. Now we have to convert the statement in if and then type. That means we have to start the statement with the word if. So how we can start it? See here. First of all we will write if. Now it's about parallelogram, and parallelogram is nothing but quadrilateral. So we will write if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram. How you have to start the statement? If a quadrilateral, it is talking about one of a quadrilateral, so we are writing statement if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram. That means if the given figure or the quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So the first statement is completed. Now we'll start the second. So after starting the second statement we have to use the word then. So we will write here then. So if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then now we have to take from the statement. After then we have to start from here. The opposite angles of that quadrilateral. In the place of the name of this quadrilateral, we have to use the word that quadrilateral. Now again I will explain it again. After then we have to start from this statement. Then the opposite angles of that quadrilateral. In the place of parallelogram we will take that quadrilateral are congruent. Okay, so I think you have understood it. We have to take then, after then we have to start from here. Then the opposite angle of that quadrilateral. In the place of parallelogram we have to use the word that quadrilateral are congruent. So I will complete this. So then the opposite angles of, and in the place of a parallelogram we will write that quadrilateral. So that quadrilateral are congruent. So it is very simple. Only you have to remember how to do. We have to start the statement with if. Then it is a parallelogram, that means it is a type of quadrilateral. So I have taken here the word quadrilateral. If a quadrilateral is a parallelogram. So this is the first statement. After this, then, and after then we have to take from here. Then the opposite angles of that quadrilateral. After of we have to take that quadrilateral are congruent. Because parallelogram already we have taken first, so we will not take it again. Now we'll start our second question. So here the second one is the diagonal of a rectangle are congruent. So again this question is related to the rectangle. So now we'll see here. Our second question is the diagonal of a rectangle are congruent. So here the rectangle, I have already explained you that the rectangle is nothing but again the types of quadrilateral. So here also we have to use the word quadrilateral. We will start same way as we have started this question number 1. So our statement will start from the word if, and rectangle is also quadrilateral. So the first statement will be same. If a quadrilateral is a rectangle. Okay. So like this I will start. So here if a quadrilateral is a rectangle. It is very simple. Only you have to remember that the statement will start from if, and it is a type of quadrilateral. So we will start with the quadrilateral. If a quadrilateral is a rectangle, then now our second statement will start here. Then after then we have to start from the question. Then the diagonals of that quadrilateral. In the place of rectangle we will take that quadrilateral, because rectangle already we have taken. That quadrilateral are congruent. So we will write then the diagonals of, in the place of rectangle we will take that quadrilateral. That quadrilateral and after that are congruent. So here our sub question number 2 is also completed, that if a quadrilateral is a rectangle, then the diagonal of that quadrilateral are congruent. So in this way we have completed our second sub question of question number 1. Now we'll see the question number 3. So here In an isosceles triangle, the segment joining the vertex and the midpoint of the base is perpendicular to the base. So it is talking about the triangle. So here if the word triangle is there, that means we will take only triangle. Here no rectangle, square, parallelogram, trapezium. If like this the figure will be there, then we will use the word quadrilateral. But here directly it is given triangle, so we will take only a triangle. So now see here, question number 3. What is the question given? Same question I have taken. In an isosceles triangle, the segment joining the vertex and the midpoint of the base is perpendicular to the base. So this statement is talking about the triangle. So as we have started our statement with if a quadrilateral. So in the place of this quadrilateral, we will write triangle. So if a triangle is, which type of triangle it is given? An isosceles triangle. It is very simple. In the place of the starting, the statement will start with the word if. If a triangle is an isosceles triangle. If a triangle is an isosceles triangle. Only the changes is in the first statement before this comma only. This statement you have to remember. If a triangle is an isosceles triangle. As we are taking a quadrilateral, now what we will take? If a triangle is, in the place of quadrilateral we will take triangle. If a triangle is an isosceles triangle, then in the place of this comma we will take then. The segment joining, that means this second statement will be same. So joining the vertex and the midpoint of the base is perpendicular to the base. No change will be there in the second statement. Second statement will remain same. Only in the place of this comma then will come, and the changes will be in the first. What is the changes? The statement will start with if. If a triangle, in the place of quadrilateral it is triangle. If a triangle is an isosceles triangle. If a triangle is an isosceles triangle, because this statement is related to triangle. So we will start from triangle. If a triangle is an isosceles triangle, then the second statement will be same. So now see what is the answer here. So answer is if a triangle is an isosceles triangle, and in the place of this comma will not come. I have shown here in the place of this comma you have to write then. Then the segment joining the vertex and the midpoint of the base is perpendicular to the base. Second statement. No change will be there in second statement. So I think it's clear to you. So question number 1 of practice set 1.3 we have completed.